Hello everybody, I'm Moldy, and this is Hellpoint once again, and I do plan on finishing this game in this episode. All that's left to do is defeat the interface, and then there's another boss immediately after him who is a lot more difficult. And also I am recording this instead of Overlord yet again, because of flash drive troubles. I have had a lot of trouble finding a replacement flash drive for the one that broke on me. And I might just do a video detailing all the issues I've been having thus far. And if interface here keeps on glitching out instead of fighting me the way it's supposed to, then this will go very easily for me. It is a real cool, interesting boss when it works properly that gradually gets harder as you damage him, throwing out more missiles and shit, and then changing up the layout of the arena. It's real cool, but except for this non-functioning part, where if you just close in too fast for him, he don't know what to do, and then he just starts doing this. Makes this boss a lot less agonizing than it's supposed to be from a boss coming from a game like this. Now, if you would just kindly hold your ass still, I'd be able to land some of my heavy attacks on ya. I'll just go ahead and exploit the hell out of you. And there we go. The interface is dead because you don't know how to work properly. That's what happens when you get in close real fast. He just fucks out like that. And does not have the potential to drag you off the edge of the arena. And I got myself a fragment of the interface. Dude man up there went and activated a breach all up inside this thing. And now we're just gonna go ahead and stick our hand in that. Travel to outside space and time? Why, yes, I would love to travel outside space and time. And here we have the true final boss for what I believe to be the true ending of the game. Look at me out here beyond space and time, and there's another cosmic god. How else could I possibly describe that? That is exactly what you would expect a cosmic god to look like. Something like that. And yep, spread those arms. And now you see. Uh-oh, that's a thing. Beyond the planes of existence lies true power creation. There are few words that can conjure. Okay. You're talking too fast, and you're also trying to kill me at the same time. And I'm gonna go ahead and shoot these things that you have floating around you, because each one of them likes to go ahead and shoot at you periodically. And each one hits you with a different element. And I am out of gun power, which means I need to land some hits on Mr. Sentient up in here. There you go. No more turrets. Now then, let me just chop up your hula hoop made of Yu-Gi-Oh! Things. Your fucking Millennium Puzzle belt. You can try and hit me with your space magic, and it will work if I take hits. And just so you know, those floating things that hover around him do respawn after a set amount of time. And the lower his health gets, the faster and faster they start shooting. And it looks like they have begun to return. And I can't have that. I can't have one of them shooting me with radiation and one of them shooting me with fire and ice and shit. I don't like getting shot. Me am's the one who does all the shooting. I am the shooty man up in here. I shoot you full of space holes. Uh-oh, that's bad. Don't you go trying to hit me with your bullshit. This is what you get for trying to patch out the machine's self-awareness. The very physical embodiment of its sentience comes forth from the depths of space and beyond to try and punch many holes into your sphincter, and me no want that. I'll prefer to have my sphincter unpierced with crazy-ass space god magic. And then there's this move that I really, really don't like. He usually does that move with the lines in the ground 3 or 4 times in a row. And if a single one hits you, you're pretty much dead, because you ain't gonna get back up in time to dodge the next few, and then you're down for the count. And you're doing this series of events, doing your crazy-ass explosion, and then you're making... Alright, I think that's... Okay, definitely not clear. Yeah, he likes to shoot you with things, and... Yeah, you'll notice his patterns if you're paying enough attention. I noticed his patterns after he ruthlessly slaughtered me many, many times while I played this on my personal file. He fucking annihilated me, and I cannot take the time to read those subtitles while trying to focus on this guy. Now, if there was some English voice acting, that would not be a problem. If I wanted to read, I'd go get the manga, except there ain't no manga for this that I am aware of. And so, yep, there you are with your spacey explosion, and now you're shooting black hole juice at me. And now you're gonna do that thing that's just a single shot. Yep, another explosion. And now you're making space water. And now here comes the big bunches of shots. Yep, there we go. That's the way he does it. He does a certain pattern of a handful of different attacks, starting with that explosion. Then he does a second thing, which is usually not like scripted. It could either be that space water or that thing with the lines that will instantly kill you if a single one of them gets ya. And then he does this, does another explosion, and then usually adds in the multi-shots. That's the patterns that I've noticed coming out of this guy. Now then, if I could just close the distance and get some goddamn shooty energy coming out of you. There we go. We can deal with some of these things. Alright. And damn you, shooty energy not being enough shooty energy to keep me shooting. There we go. Let's take care of you. If you would stop making them rotate around you at high speed. I'm all out of shooty power. Need more. I need more shooty pants. And why can't I lock onto that? There we go. Alright. There we go. And I still ain't got enough shooty power to take out the rest of your things. Allow me to build up all that shooty juice. I need that juice to be shot into your face hole. And there we go. I think that one's down. Here comes the explosion. Let's get rid of you. And now, are you doing that line thing? No, you're doing that little single shot, followed by the explosion. And now it looks like space water. And, okay, multi-shots. I don't like the multi-shots. Those are hard to avoid, them multi-shots. Now then, let me just take care of oh, I put my gun away. There we go. Now you're out of shooty things, and I can slip around behind you to hit you even harder because your backside is your more vulnerable area. Everyone gets hurt even more when they get stabbed in the booty hole. And you getting shot out of here. And here's that explosion. And now you're making black hole shots. Big ol' shooty holes coming for me. And here comes the other explosion, and I'm out of gun juice. There's the space water, and now here comes the multi-shots. Okay. The multi-shots are not too hard to avoid if you know what you're doing. Now, give me some of that juice. Some of that sweet, sweet juice with which to fire off my gun. And I took a hit. I was trying to dodge through it, but you saw how well that worked out. There we go. Now switch the thing. Damn you. And, okay. Let's just... Okay, I'm taking some hits. That's bad. Explosion dodged. Alright. And now might seem like a good opportunity to go in there and land some hits on him, but every time I tried that before, it horribly backfired on me. Now, here comes the multi-shots, and as soon as those stop, I will have some sort of opening. Alright, now juice in my neck. Good. Take you out. Still ain't got enough juice to take them all down, but that's fine. Alright. Now, let's get rid of you. Oh, how dare you! I was about to shoot your thing and then you yanked it away from me. I believe that is called making it dodge my shots, but me no likey. Who do you think you are, dodging my shit? I see that other thing. Got him! Except he's not dead. Take a bullet. There it is! Even if I die here, I will always be back. There is nothing you can do to stop this. Except welcome death. That went a lot smoother than I thought it would. And look at me now. I got that fucking halo behind my head. I too have become Space God. There you have it. There is the true ending of Hellpoint. Or what I believe to be the true ending. Fantastic game. I love this game, except there are a few things I feel they could have done better. Like, if you get knocked flat on the ground, there ought to be a few invincibility frames, at least until you're able to get back up. Like I mentioned with that attack that he does where you see those lines go across the ground and then the stuff shoots up out of the ground. If one of those hits you, it knocks you down, and there's usually a follow-up one, and you're not able to recover in time to avoid it, which kills you almost immediately. If the first one of that hits you, you're dead, plain and simple. And then there's that thing where you run out of stamina while guarding, which leaves you vulnerable, which I understand, but doesn't have to leave you as vulnerable as it does. You're just sitting there like, ugh, for a good long time. And in that time frame, people can just come up and beat the living shit out of your ass with a tennis racket, and then you're dead. I think it ought to only take one hit in that state to knock you out of it, rather than leaving you there to be utterly brutalized. But that's just my opinion. That's just the way I see it. Other than that, I fucking love this game and I would highly recommend it to anyone who loves a good challenge. And let's go ahead and skip these credits, because there is one more thing that comes with the following after the credits. And here we go. Right back at the beginning. Except I'm not being born out of bubbles. Just pop out of the breach. Well, it appears it's just us now. You should accept the redundancy of these so-called parallel universes, too. It's much easier that way. Perhaps you will develop interests similar to mine over time. I will try to be good company. You were born here, after all, just like me. It's only natural that we should live together. Don't worry, nobody will ever know your secret. This is your realm now. Farewell. And yep, as soon as you beat the game, you're thrown into a parallel universe where things are tougher, and that's how they explain the New Game Plus, and you can see that little number 2 over there under the clock, showing you that this is the second playthrough of the game. And I actually fully expected to die at least once or twice in that battle against Sentient. I did not expect to beat him on the first try, but I guess that's what I get for playing the game on my own time and taking the time to get good. And that giant space fish just totally came out through the floor down there. Hello, big ol' column cracking the glass. I'm gonna quickly run through the tutorial area and beat the first boss again, because I want to check something real quick before I go ending this series right here. So I guess I'll see you when I get there. Of course, there is a couple of other things in here that I now know about, like this hidden door! Things that I did not know about when I first started this series, because that was the first exposure I'd ever had to this game. And I found me a column. A big ol' stone column. Now let me see here. Where's that column at? I know it's in here somewhere, and I know I have the strength to use it. Oh, I already have like 3 of them. Well, let's see how well I do with this thing. You there! How would you like a good old-fashioned bonk? Yep. It's very bonky. Not quite as powerful as the sword that I have upgraded the shit out of, but it is still a viable weapon. There you go, mister! I like this thing. It's a cool weapon to have. Boom! Knock that leg right out from under you. Alright, let's stop fucking around and go ahead and kill that Archon slaver. Hello, Boss Man McGlam. That is your name now. Boss Man McGlam. Also, I figured out what that blue meter he's building up on me over there on the left is. That is cold. And once it gets filled up past the halfway point, you have ice form all over your body. And that ice drastically lowers your defense. I know that because there are other sentinels, like the guys that I killed just before coming in here, in a certain area, a more powerful variant of them, that use ice on you, and they have utterly slaughtered me several times while I've been playing on the New Game Plus on my other file. Ow. Take that! Now that you're all dead and shit, I'll just slap it to breach so that I respawn here. And then I want to see if I have enough data already to get up to the author, because I don't think it takes your data away. Yes, hardship, dire time, irid nova, I'm a spawn, yabba dabba diddy day. Yeah, it says I still have 135% of data. So let's see, will that allow me? Data requirement, yep. Well done, we can finally meet. Yes, for the first time, for the last time, in centuries! And this is what the High Ateliers looks like if you don't reroute the power through Port Isoden. It's all dark and nasty. And of course I'm gonna have to deal with you again. And this is not the same person that showed up for me on my personal playthrough. The guy I fought in this section had different equipment on. He was wearing thespian armor, which I think I have and am not wearing, and he was using a weapon similar to that column that I was showing off earlier. And yeah, this guy is a whole lot stronger in New Game Plus mode, as he should be. Ow! You hurted me real bad. Now you get some of the hurt. Good. Now let me just make my way to the interface and see what happens when I give him all of the data that I picked up. I imagine that would be another ending entirely. I'll just take that and be on my way. Hello, interface, I have returned. And I'm not here to exploit the shit out of your glitchiness. You have taken out only one version of my interface. You are multiplied through dimensions, so am I. Destroying us all is an impossibility. By the same principle, you will live forever. Stuck in this life of a test subject, repeating the same patterns alongside all of your copies. Enjoy your success. I'll be waiting for you in the next world. Well, I'ma surrender that data this time. Your courage shall be remembered. The Union thanks you for your service. I will use this data with great honor and transfer it to the egregate through a puncture. Because of you, the God AI will soon be among us. Now approach. This will only take a moment. Good spawn. I'm a good little spawn. I now approach, and what are you doing? Can you... Oh. Alright, you're just taking the data out of my belly. That's fine, I didn't need it anyway. And... I think I'm not alive anymore. Bye, interface! And there's another ending. And I'm still hearing interface sounds. Yay! Irid Novo is a success. Applause. So, I guess, yep, they called us insane, some called us evil, but to end the suffering in this world, a bold vision was required. The faith you vested in us will soon be rewarded, as you take your rightful place in the new world. And there is another ending. And out pops me again, back in another parallel universe. One universe I killed a god. Uh-oh. You didn't really think I'd let you off the hook that easily, did you? Your mission is far from over. In fact, it's just begun. You will complete the project in this life or in the next. Find that architect, bend him to your will, or don't. What does it matter? There's an infinity of realities on a great server of existence. One of you will manage eventually. This is endlessly entertaining. Ha ha ha. Well, I definitely remember that guy. He gave me a thing that I didn't do. And I was not really expecting that guy to pop up. Maybe I'll figure out what his quest line leads to when I play that on my personal file. But that marks the end of this series on this channel. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this series, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Goodbye!